Hello, everyone. We're excited to welcome you all today to our brand new TV Squared series. In this series, you will hear from different experts, industry thought leaders as they share their experiences on cutting edge technologies and also real time business use cases. To kick off our series, our first topic today is achieving customer success through omnichannel service excellence. This is going to be a four-part conversation where we explore what is the role of omnichannel in the rapidly changing world of customer service today. We'll also try and cover the latest and the greatest of customer service solutions, contact center professionals, and also leveraging AI and more. I am Pooja Vignesh Kumar, a marketing professional at V2 Solutions. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce you today to two of our amazing guests. Our first guest is Rick Tuttle, Senior Client Specialist at V2 Solutions. He is a seasoned enterprise sales professional with a proven track record of driving business success and building lasting customer relationships across different channels like ServiceNow, Salesforce ecosystems, and more. His expertise has also been featured in the BMC Remedy Force white paper, and he's helped many clients thrive in their business enterprise journeys. Welcome, Rick.
Thank you.
Our second guest today is Harshal Vora, Vice President of Sales and Customer Success at V2 Solutions. He brings extensive experience in business development and client relations. With a degree from Stanford's Graduate School of Business, he has also been recognized in the Marquis Who's Who for his exceptional achievements. Welcome, Harshal, to the show.
Thanks, Pooja. Glad to be here among the team panel with Rick. Thank you.
What an exciting start to this series. You both bring incredible expertise. So let's dive right in. Let me start with a very popular opinion today in the tech world. Customer service is the new marketing. What do you have to say about this, Rick?
Yeah, so that's a very interesting topic around customer service being a new form of marketing. And really to explain this topic, we need to go back probably 15 years ago when digital transformation really became a very popular concept. And I know it's probably a very overused term, but companies have they've gone through a lot of different digital transformation journeys. Some are at different points, but really what it's done is it's made it really more competitive for clients or for companies to compete with themselves. So when we look at that, we have to think about, how do we differentiate ourselves from just a product perspective, but also a service perspective, because having a great product today is only one component. If you have a really good product, you need to have a really good service experience. And, I work with many clients in retail, in high tech, and manufacturing. And as we have conversations around how are we more competitive, it always comes back to that conversation around everyone's kind of doing the same thing, but one of the things that we really can focus on and really differentiate ourselves is that customer service, that experience that we're offering to our customers before they're a customer and after they're a customer.
As you mentioned, digital transformation is the most overused word in the last 15 years. If you look at the transition in the digital world, right, from .com to M.com, and now the AI or Gen AI world that we are living in, I think the consumer has evolved with technology as well. And that's where the organizations have also evolved, right? As Rick mentioned, product is one piece of it, but the adoption of those products is or creating that loyalty among the consumers. You need to give an exceptional customer service, right? So one of the recent surveys that I was reading in a business journal said that 70% of customers have broken ties with their brands if they have received subpar customer service. And that's so true, right? If I put myself in their shoes, if I might put my consumer hat on, I am likely to shy away from a brand if I'm not served well, right? So um, the phrase that customer service is the new marketing, I would say, take it one notch up. That customer service is directly leading to the revenue stream for organizations.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you look at some of the clients that do it well, there's a lot of them out there that do it really well, and I know we're gonna talk about some of those clients, but you really have to look at where you are from a customer journey perspective, and really identify. There's a lot of different tool sets out there in the ecosystem that can support you long term, short term, and long term. But it's really it's understanding your competition, but it all comes down to how do we keep a customer 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year down the line. And when we talk about customer service being kind of the new marketing, it's kind of like a passive form of marketing if you think about it, because as long as you're doing making those right steps and providing that right service, it almost becomes a life form of itself.
Yeah, no, 100%. And if like we saw the Apple launch last week, right? This whole iPhone 16 now. Just think about it. The whole ecosystem that Apple has created, it's about experience. It's about consumer experience that they have created, right from buying the phone to all the way going into the store for a repair, or for that matter, even Tesla. I don't even need to go to a dealership to buy a car nowadays. I can do everything from my phone, like, and just touch of my finger, right? So that's where the technology or the tool sets have made it very imperative for very stagnant organizations to move the needle and match the technological advances that customers are looking for. So I think yes, all the way from um, Apples to Teslas, and nowadays even the banks, or for that matter, I know me and Ricky were chatting other day, and he was talking about how Dyson has upped their game.
Yep.
And that would be a good story to share as well, Rick, once we go
Yeah.
into further discussion. But I think those are some of the game-changing things that as a consumer we are expecting to have our uh, products, not just a product experience, but also a consumer experience.
Yep. Exactly. And if you look at kind of how this kind of evolved is as an employee, I'm at work and then I go home and then I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Amazon, and I'm being provided these great customer experiences. And then you're like, I expect this of other companies. so because of that, companies now have to start thinking about, how are we going to invest wisely in these technologies, to give those great customer experiences, but at the end of the day, how do we extend those into other channels like social, and really capturing that return on investment that's so crucial.
Right. And this is amazing. I mean, the topics and the examples that you guys shared, and especially how the companies are taking care of this. But that brings to the next question, that how do they do that? I mean, how is it possible for the companies to do such a wonderful job, like you guys said? How the customers representatives use so many platforms at one go?
Yeah, I mean, the challenge is real, right? I think there are multiple tools out there. You can build your own tool. And that's why this whole CRM or customer relationship management tools are out there. But which is the right tool for your kind of need? the challenge, right? This whole customer engagement at different levels, now adding the social media as part of it and getting that whole customer 360 view is very important. In fact, we have done multiple evaluations for our customers day in, day out, where we have evaluated tools and platforms which provide some of these capabilities across social media, across email, across a service desk, or even for that matter, if you want to call in on an 800 number. But everyone has their own pros and cons. With our solution consultants and industry experts, we have created a mechanism to fit in that what industry, what um, pointing journey where they are, and what is the end goal where they want to be at the end of 3 years, 5 years in terms of customer experience. Based on that, we craft out a score, and based on that score we recommend a tool to them, right? So I think there are a plethora of tools, and it can be very confusing, but yes, depending on what you want to achieve, how you want to achieve, um, and now with the advent of AI is going to be, it's going to be very interesting time.
Absolutely, and you know the ecosystem is large when it comes to um, service, you know, service centric solutions, CRM solutions. You know, obviously you have you know Zoho, which is a great, you know, it's a great you know CRM. It gives you the unified view from a sales, marketing, and service. You have solutions like Sugar Predict, which really helps forecast customers' behavior. And then the analytics side, which helps you collect the data, which then you know feeds into other areas of your business like marketing. But the ecosystem's huge, and once again, it goes back to really understanding, you know, what are your pain points, how painful are those points, and which solutions can you adopt that can move you 1 year out, 2 year out, you know, 3 year out, and help you complete that journey.
Yeah, no, and you're right? Those are some great names you had there, right? Zoho, Sugar, CRM as well. And just to throw it, since we are on Dreamforce, we are launching this, or we are having this conversation on the Dreamforce day, right? We cannot ignore Salesforce. If you look at Salesforce Service Cloud and their newest offering, Agentforce, that they are talking about now, it's making it so much easier for companies to spin up a virtual agent and start conversing or servicing their customers. And that's the power of AI. And with a behemoth like Salesforce, it gives you scalability as well. um, you look at the last year Dreamforce was all about Einstein AI. I feel this time it's all going to be how Einstein AI plus plus is going to enable the automation of these virtual agents, or and how these agents are going to, it's not going to replace the existing service agents, right? It's going to aid your customer service guys to serve your customers better, right? So if we think that this AI is going to replace them, they might reduce your workforce a little bit, but they're going to enable serve your customers better.
But I've heard Salesforce can be a bit overwhelming, right? Uh, isn't isn't the setup like a bit complicated?
So here's the beauty about the Salesforce platform is you can make it as simple or as complex as you want it to be. I mean, I've been working with Salesforce clients for probably over 10 years. And it's amazing to see companies that have 50 employees are using Salesforce. And then you have massive enterprises with 10,000 employees with, you know, 20 different types of integrations. So really, you know, you can make it as simple or as complex based upon your use cases, and that's why Salesforce continues to be the leader in their industry, is because of the scalability, and you know how easy you can implement the solution for your customers.
Yeah, and I agree. Yes, Salesforce is a complex implementation, complex product with multiple options out there. And if, again, as I mentioned, right, if you're looking for simpler solutions to implement, there are out there like Zendesk or JSM or Jira Service Management kind of tools, which are just ticketing systems, right? If you're looking for a ticketing system which is intuitive, which can do you just your outbound customer support, it's great. But when you are talking about leveraging AI or getting that whole customer 360 view, tying in different aspects, then definitely Salesforce will provide some additional capabilities. Otherwise, yes, Zendesk is a great simple solution where you get a ticket, agents respond to those tickets, and life is simple.
I agree. Zendesk is definitely a simpler solution in some cases. But as far as the level of customization and integrations, you're gonna hit you're gonna have some issues.
Yeah.
And especially around that customer 360 view, where you're really seeing the entire side of your customer. That's going to be a challenge as well. And the analytics part of it as well. Salesforce has a number of different analytic solutions that really enrich that data that once again is feeding into marketing and ultimately creating those better customer experiences.
That's true. Now I agree, right? I mean, Salesforce does seem like, it gives more insights and into customer behavior and like how you mentioned. But how does it compare with ServiceNow? Can you say a little
Yeah,
about it?
sure.
Right?
Yeah, so ServiceNow, Salesforce, great enterprise level solutions. There's a couple differences between both the platforms. Now, what we're seeing right now is we're starting to see kind of a convergence with both technologies, similar different functionalities. And what you're seeing as well is enterprises are using ServiceNow and Salesforce integrated together. Now, ServiceNow is more of a back end, back office type of solution. And what I mean by that is there's things happening in the background that ServiceNow does that you never see. All you see is, hey, my banking service is still up. But on the other side, Salesforce is more of a front office solution, so more dealing with your customer facing types of interactions. But like I said, with ServiceNow, they're starting to add sales and order management. Now, will they ever get to Salesforce to that level? If they do, it's going to take many years. But the takeaway here is both solutions they do things very well. And really what that comes down to is some of the more back office versus front office type of activities.
Yeah, and you are right, Rick, right? That ServiceNow, and you have more experience on ServiceNow and Salesforce both. I have seen ServiceNow getting a lot of traction within the industry as well, specifically for this whole customer service and engaging with the consumers, right? So, but there are if we compare it with Salesforce, again, front office versus back office, and then creating that whole customer 360 view is what Salesforce offers as opposed to ServiceNow. Again, there are the solutions like Sugar CRM or Zendesk that are also out there. But I don't want, when we're talking about ServiceNow and Salesforce, at the end, what comes out is the integration capabilities, right? How well they integrate with other tools that an enterprise or an organization is going to have. And that's where it's important when we do that whole evaluation of tools, coming up that, hey, I am going to need my service desk to get integrated to my developer ecosystem, or so that my product team or my engineering team can get the feedback from the field and implement those. And that's where I have seen this whole integration points into even say Yelp or say Facebook or Google reviews, because those reviews are important for your engineering product teams to understand the customer behavior, implement the customer feedback sooner into the product. And that's where having this kind of ecosystem of integration is very important.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you want to give your customer service team visibility to provide that great customer experience. But on the flip side of that, you want to offer visibility to your salespeople as well. So if I'm a customer and I have a problem with my product, if I've opened five cases as a salesperson, I want to know about that, because they're probably not going to buy more products from me if we haven't solved their problems. Now, on the flip side of that, if we've done a great job on the customer service side, we've solved all their problems, maybe as a salesperson, it's time for me to call them up and pitch them on a new product or service. So, and that's where, Herschel, where you talked about the integration of these different systems, where you can integrate Salesforce Service Cloud with ServiceNow ITSM, and now you have that 360 view between the customer, sales, and then even product development. So really good points.
That's really good point, both of you. I do agree. If we expect our customer service to grow and do better, it might be better to check which platform is good for built for scalability from the start. And whether you're a small scale company looking for quick and minimalistic kind of solution, then you have your choices, like you guys mentioned, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. It comes down on how much you want to prepare, or how much you want to invest right now for your future, or how well you're planning for the future. There are tools out there, as I mentioned. We can talk more and more on that, but I think it's important, right, to plan for future, to understand what is the consumer behavior going to be 5 years down the road, and how I'm preparing to match that consumer behavior, or serve that consumer behavior at the end of 5 years, not thinking about just right now, right? So that's an important piece in this whole game.
Absolutely, and there's so many solutions out there. Obviously, we've discussed those, but it really comes down to understanding, like you said, Herschel, what is the market? What is your industry? Where is it going? And at the end of the day, it's people, process, and technology.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is going great, Rick and Herschel, and I think we are short of time. And I believe our audience today must have got a little bit of gist of multiple small scale or enterprise platforms available in the market. And while you guys share so much more, there is so much to talk on this topic. But for now, I believe we are done. And for all of you today who have more questions, or if you want to catch us, you can contact us at info@v2solutions.com, and we'll definitely get back to you. You should definitely look out for the second session, which will happen on Tuesday, 24th September. We'll be talking about and exploring in-depth implementation of different touch points, and speak how Salesforce Service Cloud enables those touch points. Thank you so much, Rick and Herschel. Thank you so much for joining today on this episode of our TV Square series. Until next time, bye-bye.